everybody was ready to give up on Ozzy for the obvious reasons, and I can understand that. But here's the thing that I think people are now coming, and why we're starting to see a hover of interest. I mean, it's Wednesday, midweek. People are starting to plan their weekend. What are they going to do? Why the sudden increase of interest? Here's why. This is Black Sabbath. No, this isn't just Black Sabbath. This is Black Sabbath, the original incarnation of the band. These are the original 4 members. Not good enough for you? Okay, Black Sabbath, by a lot of you, would be like your second or third favorite band. Some of you, their favorite band. They would be about, well, they were in my top 10. And I could name my top 50 bands, and I'm still going to go get their albums. So this is a major band. This is Mount Rock Olympus level bandage, folks. This is a major band. This is a band that you mentioned in the company of the Beatles. You know, the same Beatles that doesn't have George Harrison or John Lennon. So, oops, they can't do this. You know, this is the same band you mentioned alongside The Who, who's on a farewell tour with only 2 members left. So they can't do this. And there are other bands that can't do this that are on this Mount Rock Olympus level of all time of bands. They've got a name for them, comparing them to Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple, who are both major bands. By the way, Deep Purple can't do this. There's no John Lord. And if Richie isn't in the mood, right? There isn't the guitarist that took over his place anymore, Tommy Boland. They can't do this. But in the year 2025, one of the 20th century's greatest bands can walk up on that stage, all 4 of them the original members. This is pedigree. This is royalty in rock. This is historic, folks. This is a historic concert. Whether it's a wonderful, crazy train, see what I did there, or a total train wreck, it's historic. You can't get past that. And that's why, if you recall, when we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, you know, in passing on one of my streams, I said, yeah, you know, I just don't think I'm going to get those tickets. You know, that was my immediate reaction. But once I came to my senses and I thought, whoa, see, I never got a chance. Royce did. He keeps bragging about it. I never got to see them. You know, I just never got to see them. Either my interest had waned when they were in my area and they were another incarnation, or I just didn't get my act together, or didn't have the bucks, whatever it was.
Or you were too in love with the Beatles.
Or I was too in love with the Beatles at the time. That could be true, too. That could be true. I hadn't made the transition yet. How many bands can even do this? And how can you not be there? I mean, $30. I mean, that's I don't know. That's the price of a new movie, and you only get that. I think it's set up to replay until the following day or a certain time. You can keep replaying. I'm not sure about that. So it's not ownership, you know. But then again, you don't get to take the band themselves home with you at a concert. So think of it along those lines. And it is a bit like, I think a lot of people are also, you know, there's a morbid curiosity about this too. And that might be explaining some of the interest as well. What do you guys think? And by that, I mean, everybody can't help but slow down at a car wreck. You're telling yourself, you know, do not cause a commotion here. Just get on through. Don't be like anybody else as your eyes kind of look to see what the damage was. You know, is there a part of that that's going on here? You know, do we see an interest in more kind of a morbid interest? You know, are people interested in paying to watch Ozzy fall flat on his face, or is he going? People have said, are they going to hoist him? Because I was it a Super Bowl show that Ozzy showed up? Was it a Super Bowl? And I told you then, he had this long flowing coat that was actually more robe than coat, and it just flew like a gown, a woman's gown from beneath him, only it's a gentleman's gown, right? And I swear to God, he didn't move. That man was hoisted up. They had this thing, he was stuck just like an action figure on your shelf with something, kind of stuck in a band around his midsection and everything. So is that what they're going to do? Or are they going to do, we were hearing rumors before the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that he would be doing this flying throne. And we saw him on a throne at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That certainly would look cool. Some even proposing that he would fly over the audience, and this would be a spectacular thing. I think the latest supposition is they're going to do 5 songs. He's going to do 5 songs with Sabbath. All right? That's the latest guesstimate. What 5 songs by Black Sabbath would you choose that he has to do? To me, they have to open. First of all, the Black Sabbath better open, and then let Ozzy continue. This is his greater legacy, even though he may have made more money in his solo career, but this is his true golden platinum legacy, right? And if you're going to do that, to me, you've got to have the very first cut off the very first Black Sabbath album, the song Black Sabbath. The first word I want to hear out of Ozzy's mouth is, "What is this that stands before me?" The show is on Saturday, all right? This is the Black Sabbath reunion show. Get your tickets, watch it, right? And if you don't, you're just curious about what people saw, join me on Sunday, all right? I'll get a notification for this show up sometime later this evening so that you have days ahead to kind of plan for it. And because even though the show is on Saturday, Sunday, the following day at 5 p.m. PST, that's Pacific Standard Time, leading up to Royce's show, we will be doing a reaction stream where I'll give my opinion and you guys will give your opinion. Was the show a success? Was it a crazy train of a time, or was it a train wreck?